Okay, so let me go here. The ADL, Anti-Defamation League, about a week ago, put out a tweet about the demonstrations that are happening, I guess, as a result of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and all and then called out white supremacy. And then put pictures of different, thank you. After 1 week after Hamas' brutal terror attacks in Israel, white supremacists continue to rail against Israel and the Jewish community, gathering in cities nationwide to promote that. First of all, yeah, white supremacists, bad, evil, all that stuff. But those thousands and thousands of people who went to the Capitol building, on these college campuses, marching thousands deep in places like Chicago and New York, excuse me, ADL, those are not white supremacists. They're not the far right. These are progressives, very self-righteous, social justice-y progressives who see hatred for Israel and the veneration of Hamas as some sort of good thing. Please be real. That obfuscation is so dangerous. All due respect to you, Jonathan Greenblatt, so dangerous. And then after that, Representative Richie Torres, a progressive lawmaker from New York, if you have that graphic you put on there, Maria, there was a event, and I don't know what day it was supposed to be. I don't see the date. It's sponsored by the Bronx Solidarity with Palestine. And on the graphic, for those you can't see, it's a picture of Representative Torres, and it says, wanted for genocide. They have Richie Torres's picture, and they have the big letters wanted and for genocide in this volatile thing and he tweeted it out himself. And then his next tweet was that it puts his life in danger. You dang Skippy, it does. ADL, those are not white supremacists. Please be honest please stop playing game. This is real. This is real. People are dying. White supremacists, call out the white supremacists when it's white supremacists. Don't talk about these demonstrations that are thousands and thousands of deep and to say that's very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. Very dangerous. What's happening here, where Israel is concerned, is a global issue because terrorism is a global issue. That's why they call it global terrorism. Israel's fight is the free world's fight. And not being honest about what's going on only makes things that much more dangerous. And there are too many people who call themselves leaders who are not recognizing the immediacy of this time. Because there's too many people not being honest about what's going on, even after all this mayhem and death, that's how you know. See, if you're thinking that I'm just being pessimistic, I'm gonna just tell you how you could. I'm preaching now. You have to really help me because I'm a preacher at heart. All the parents in the house say, "Man, when you correct your child's misbehavior, and he or she refuses to acknowledge it and refuses to apologize, they are letting you know that they're going to do it again." If parents, young parents, if you didn't know nothing, let me help you. That's why he did it. That's why he did it again. He didn't apologize to his little sister. He didn't acknowledge what actually happened. The reason why he or she didn't acknowledge it is because in their heart, they're going to do it again. But they smiled at me, Pastor Dumisani, and they told me they love you. They might love you, right? But if they did not acknowledge, I'm talking about if they're old enough, if they did not acknowledge the infraction, if they did not acknowledge what actually happened, mommy, I'm sorry for X, right? Daddy, I'm sorry. If they didn't acknowledge it, it's a surefire way of you knowing they're going to do it again. If I see the progressive Jew hatred in our streets, in our campuses, and I still want to talk about Donald Trump, I'm letting you know that I'm not acknowledging what's really happening. And guess what? It's going to get worse and worse and worse.